First half, stop playing zone.
Hi, it's halftime of the Cowboys game, and the Cowboys are losing to Denver 27-10. Ironically, wasn't that the score of the Super Bowl that they just showed the highlight of on the
But Dallas did not play zone in that Super Bowl, and they won.
That's what it appears to be. They are not in a good way defensively. It looks like you're still seeing some of the same things that has plagued this defense early on in the year, kind of rearing its ugly head. Now, you don't have Donovan Wilson. You don't have Wanye Thomas. You don't have Malik Hooker. You're down to your fourth and fifth string safeties, and this defense is just not very good today. They've given up 64 yards, of total offense, 5 plays of 20 or more yards. What was the number I counted as far as plays for
I think it was
10? Yeah, 12 plays maybe.
Well, I mean, they're averaging 9.1 yards per play.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good.
Of 10 or more yards. And it's just been a beatdown, and the offense has probably looked as badly as they've looked all year long. They've mustered 10 points.
Yeah.
They got the one long touchdown drive, but other than that, that was it. So, Matt, what the hell's going on?
Stop playing zone. Because I think it's easy to say, well, it's the depleted secondary, and they're struggling because they're using their backup safeties. But I don't know that any safety in the NFL, you could put the best safeties in the NFL, if they're 10 yards off the guy that's getting the ball, doesn't matter. And that's what we're seeing. Again, we saw that on another wide-open receiver in the end zone on one of the touchdowns. The second touchdown, or I guess the last touchdown that made it 27-10 that they threw to Bryant was just a beautiful pass. But guess what? Even if it wasn't a beautiful pass, the Cowboys were offsides, so they would have gotten a free play anyway. Cowboys committed 8 penalties. I thought there was a sequence very early in the game. On the Cowboys' first drive, they get down to the inside the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. It's a false start on Guyton, makes it 3rd and 7. They end up having to settle for a field goal. Then the flip side of that, the Broncos have a 3rd down play, and the Cowboys have a penalty on that play, which gives them a 1st down, and then Denver goes down and scores. So we're seeing a lot of pre-snap penalties.
Yep.
Undisciplined football. The offense is finally playing a defense worth of crap, and we're seeing what that looks like. And the defense is doing what the defense always does, which is just nothing.
Yeah, Denver is the most penalized team. Oh, I'm sorry, the second most. No, they were the most penalized team in the NFL.
Although Dallas just passed them, I think.
Yeah, and they only have 2 today for 15 yards and the 8 for 63, including a pass interference that allowed the Broncos to get down into the red zone and score another touchdown. So it's just bad all around for this team, as we knew that the offense couldn't sustain what they've been doing pretty much all year long, and a lot of people thought it was going to be a shootout. But they have a long way to go. And just like you mentioned, they're playing a defense worth the darn right now, and you're seeing them bring in 6 at one particular point, and they are getting consistent pressure on Dak to where he's having to get out and use his legs, and I'm just yelling, just get down. Yeah, right. He has 4 rushes for 20 yards. Dak only 9 of 17 for 97 yards and an interception, sacked once, and this is probably one of the few times you've seen where he's put multiple balls in the air that are in danger. One got intercepted. One should have been intercepted on a screen-looking play. I can't remember whether it was a dump down to the tight end or whatever, but it's just not his best game. They're averaging 4 yards a carry. The Broncos are averaging about 8 yards a carry. So this is just a good old-fashioned beatdown. Denver is a team that has gotten off the slow starts pretty much every single game they've played.
Right.
And they put up 27 points in the first half. So that should tell you how badly this Cowboy team is playing right now.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the type of performance that I think a lot of people expected. I mean, we try and act like, well, we don't really know what this team is. But you and I talked about it on the show, man, where it becomes, okay, what you did last week at home, show us that you can consistently do that and do it on the road. And they can't. And, again, we talked about analytics said we need to play more man against Washington, and it looked a lot better. They're playing, it feels like, a lot of zone today, and they're getting picked apart. Bo Nix had one pass on the first drive that was a god-awful, I don't know if it was a broken route or what it was, but a horrible pass. Other than that, they really haven't had to challenge anything. He's had so much time in the pocket to stand back there and get rid of the football to open wide receivers. And then, oh, by the way, whether it's R.J. Harvey running for a 40-yard touchdown or J.K. Dobbins running for 8-9 yards on first down, you're getting gashed up the middle in the run game yet again.
Man, I thought the one where they got the ball at their own 48-yard line, and there was a holding penalty on Terrence Steele to where Dak ran and scrambled for 6 yards to Denver's 36, and they took the penalty. And I remember you looking at me and said, why the hell would they take the penalty? It's 4th down.
Yeah.
And then you realize that Brandon Aubrey's on the other side, and they did that just to see if they can keep them out of field goal range or make it a little bit longer, and it worked. That was a points penalty that they had on that drive. And just those little things that are adding up. Dallas isn't good enough to withstand penalties, 8 penalties in the first half, and having turnovers and getting into the red zone. No, getting into the 1-yard line and not scoring. They're not good enough to withstand that. And that's exactly what's happened today. And they've run up against a team that's making them pay the price for every single mistake that they've made.
Yeah, they're getting their ass kicked, and I don't think it's that surprising. It's going to be another game where the defense gives up well over 30 points, and now you're asking the offense. I mean, they showed Dak at one point, I think when Denver scored it to get it to 20, ended up being 20 because they got the penalty and went for 2 and didn't get it. But when they scored that touchdown, they showed Dak on the sideline. He just kind of saw it on his face like, okay, well, I guess it's on us now. Like, we have to go get a touchdown. And if they're unable to do so, we've seen what this defense is. This defense is just going to hemorrhage time and time again and allow offenses to do basically whatever they want, and that's what Denver's taking advantage of.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. 27-10. The Broncos are just pretty much dominating the Cowboys right now at halftime. Don't forget that the postgame show will be exactly where you are right now on all of our streaming platforms. Matt and Donovan will go for an hour straight. We'll take your calls. We'll just see if we can sort our way through this. It looks like it's going to be one of those to where you know exactly what this team is, and maybe the game last week against Washington was the outlier, but they still have 30 minutes to try and see if they can fix some things. You're wondering if Brian Schottenheimer is kind of going to Eberflus and saying, zone hell.
Yeah. Stop.
Let's just go and see
Stop.
if we can bring some of the magic that we saw against Washington. I will bet you the analytics, if they're not telling you to run man, then we need to shoot the analytics out your ass somewhere else. So we'll be right here after the game. As soon as the clock hits 0, we'll be on these streaming platforms so you can watch us do the post-game show after the Cowboys.